Hello, and welcome back to this series on Fusion 360. In this video, I'll be going over 3D printing. So, without further ado, let's get right. Okay, so there are two ways to go about 3D printing in Fusion, both under File. First, you can use the 3D print or the export. Using the 3D print, you select a body or component. You can only select one, and you can output it to, well, pretty much anything. In this video, I'll be using Cura. You can use whatever slicing program you like, but my preferred method is not to do that, but to, and this is the reason why I created all these designs in their own design. Let's say open up drive shaft, or no, the pin's a better one because it's smaller. Is to, under File, export these as an STL file. Now, this will take a while, but if you do it this way, you can name it as pin, in this case, then pull it into Cura. I'll do this for all of them, then get back to you once it's all done. This can take a while, so yeah, I'll see you then. Okay, I've converted all those to STLs, and I'm now in Cura. I'm going to pull in, let's start with the arm, and as it is, that's good, and I'll pull in a few others. Let's go with the cylinder, that's also good. The back support, with this I will want to rotate, then move it. Let's move this up a bit, this up a bit as well. That to there. And what I'm doing here is essentially just moving all these parts so that I can get many of them at the same time. I should probably rotate my view so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's go with the piston. Yes, that works. This I'll want to rotate around to the, so it's facing the other way, like so. And I'll show why in a minute. Let's see, is there anything else I want to throw into this? No, that should be enough. I'm not going to slice this. This doesn't take too long. This is essentially generating the G code that the printer will use to print the designs. And there we go. I'll move on to over to the preview view. And here we go. Now you notice things look very different. That's because this is the preview view. And now I'll explain why I wanted this, the drive shaft, to be facing up this way. If you notice, there's a lot more stuff in the nooks and crannies around all the designs. These are supports. The printer can't just go straight across here. The filament would fall down and it wouldn't actually hold a shape. So instead it has to build up these supports so that it can make the back of the support here. If I were to place this with this part facing down, it would have to fill this entire thing in and you have to clean it out. That's also why the cylinder here, is facing up like so. If I didn't and had it on side, it would have to fill this entire thing up with filament in order to be able to actually print it. Now, if you look down here, Cura will give you an estimated time. It estimates that to print all of this, it will take about 7 hours and 9 minutes. Usually this is a bit longer because of things like having to warm up the printer, unexpected things like filaments jamming or whatnot. But all in all, after you either save it to a external drive, whether that's a USB stick, an SD card, or whatever, or you send it to print wirelessly, that's pretty much it. And before we go, I just wanted to say that the reason why I don't like using Fusion's export to 3D printer thing is because it gives it out in weird names. Essentially, a long string of letters that don't exactly tell you anything. And while you can change that here by simply clicking, then say parts, part 1, it just makes it easier for when you have to pull in single designs, like say, need to print just the cylinder. Well, I hope you've learned something from this video, and I hope you have a good day.